Yes, Hamna, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Hamna, have you finished the chapter Quadratic Equations?
No, ma'am.
You have not done it in the school?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Rida, any particular question is there?
Second one.
Exercise 4.3, second question. Let me just open. Find the roots of the following quadratic equation. So, Hamna, can I take just a few minutes on it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so find the roots of the following quadratic equation by applying the quadratic formula. Okay, which part, Rida, or all the parts I should do?
All
Okay,
the parts.
first I'll do this. 2x square minus of 7x plus 3. Oh, then we could have done quadratic equation instead of coordinate geometry. I just thought you have done it. Anyway, this is the quadratic equation. You have to find the roots by the quadratic formula. What is the quadratic formula, Rida? So quadratic formula basically gives you the values of x, which is equal to minus of b.
Minus b plus or minus root b square minus 4ac, the whole divided by 2a.
2a. Yeah, so please remember all the plus and minus very carefully. This is the quadratic formula. Now in this equation, your a is 2, right? You can see b is minus of 7 and c is 3, right? Now simply put it in the formula. So x is equal to minus of b, that means minus of minus 7, right? Okay, then plus minus under root b square minus 4ac minus 7 whole square and minus 4 into 2 into c is 3 and whole divided by 2a. So that means 2 into 2. Clear? So this is minus and minus 7 will become 7. Then plus minus under root 7 minus 7 whole square means 49, right? Minus minus will get absorbed in the square. Minus 4 into 2 is how much? 8 into 3 is how much? 24, right? Divided by 4. Okay, so this is 7 plus minus 49 minus 24. How much you will get? 9 minus 4 is 5. Then 4 minus 2, 25 divided by 4, right? So this is 7 plus minus. Now under root 25 is how much? 5 and divided by 4. Yes? Okay, so basically there are two answers. One is plus and one is minus. So x is actually equal to, one x is 7 plus 5 by 4 and the other x is, sorry, 7 minus 5 by 4. Clear? So you will split them into two roots. So this is 7 plus 5 is how much? 12 by 4. And this is 2 by 4. So one root is 3 and the other root is half. So x is equal to 3 and half. So similarly, you can do the rest of the parts now.
Yes, sir.
See, there are two ways of doing it. The formula is same, but sometimes, it is written like this. This b square minus 4ac is actually called d, right? This b square minus 4ac, we call it determinant d. We denote it by d. So we can write the formula like this also, minus b plus minus d by 2a, right? So you separately find out what is d first of all, and then simply put it here. So that's your choice. The answer will remain same. There's no problem. Your formula should be correct, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I personally do it like in one step only. If you want to separately find out your discriminant and then use it here, then also no problem. Okay. Yes, Hamna, I just want to ask you one thing. Yeah, Hamna, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, shall we stop coordinate geometry right now, and today shall I do quadratic equation? Any problem?
No, ma'am. No
Because you have
problem.
also not done it, and it will help Rida also. Yes, Rida, is that fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we will do the second exercise of coordinate geometry after this. So Hamna, let us start from the beginning. What is quadratic equation? You have already seen what is a quadratic equation. Quadratic polynomial you have already seen, right? It is of the form ax square plus bx plus c. And if you equate it to 0, it becomes an equation. Understood? Yes, Hamna? This is a quadratic equation. I mean, when a quadratic polynomial is equated to 0, it becomes an equation, but the condition is that a is not equal to 0. Because if a is equal to 0, this will not remain quadratic. Understood? The first term is gone. So the highest power of x will not be 2. It will not remain quadratic. So a should not be equal to 0. So this is what a quadratic equation is. Now come to NCRT 4.1. There is no formula in the first exercise. Let us start. I'll keep explaining. 4.1. Now check whether the following are quadratic equations, right? So what you have to do is you have to bring these equations, like for example, x plus 1 whole square is equal to 2 into x minus 3. So you have to bring this into this form. Getting it? Okay, that's all you have to do. So just simplify. So left hand side is a plus b whole square, which is a square plus b square plus 2ab. Correct? And then you multiply this. So this will be 2x minus 2 into 3 is 6. So bring all the terms on one side. X square plus 1 plus 2x. Then you get minus of 2x and plus of 6 is equal to 0. Right? So 2x will get cancelled out. Yeah. So this is x square and plus 7 is equal to 0. Now, Rida, is it of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0? Yes, Hamna. Is it of this form?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is of this form where b is equal to 0, right? Yeah, Rida.
Yes, ma'am.
See, b can be 0, c can be 0, but a cannot be 0. That's it. That's all you have to check. So in this equation, your a is actually 1, which is not 0. B is 0, that's fine. So that means this equation is of the form, you will write, this is of the form ax square plus bx plus c, and hence this is a quadratic equation. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And one thing, Hamna, for you, because Rita is having exam tomorrow, so I'm not asking her. Today itself, I'm going to send us an assignment of quadratic equations. And assignment actually remains active for only 2 or 3 days on the portal. Within that time, you have to complete it, right? Like before your next class on Tuesday. So Hamna, you will download the, like you will see your assignment there. You will do it properly and you will send me pictures. All the questions you will solve. So from now on, all of you will do it. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So rest of the parts I'm not doing. Can you do, Rida?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So just simplify them and bring them to this form. Just check whether A is 0 or not 0. That's it. Now, second question. Represent the following situations in the form of quadratic equation. Okay. So it is like language questions. For example, first part, the area of a rectangular plot is this. The length of the plot is 1 more than twice its breadth. Okay, so simply so when something is not given, assume it. So let the length is x and unit is already given meters, right? The length is 1 more. Okay, so you can assume breadth because length is something more than this. Let the breadth is x meter. So the length of the plot is 1 more than twice its breadth. So what will be the length now? Like 1 more than twice its breadth. Understood? Meters. Any confusion here?
No, ma'am.
So 1 more than twice its breadth. So that's the length. Now area is given. So what is the formula? Area is length into breadth of a rectangular plot. So area is already given, which is 528 meters square. And this is your 1 plus 2x and into x. So this will be again meter, meter. So basically meter from both the side will get cancelled out. So only numbers will remain. So this is 528 is equal to x plus 2x square, right? So if you bring this on the right hand side, so 0 is equal to 2x square plus x minus of 528. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the required quadratic equation. You can just flip it, no problem. Plus x minus of 528 is equal to 0. So you don't have to solve it in this question. You just have to form a quadratic equation. Okay. So should I do other parts also, Rita?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So this you can do now. So let's come to exercise now 4.2. So in the first exercise, we have seen what is a quadratic equation. That means a should not be equal to 0. That's one concept. And we have learned how to form a quadratic equation.
Ma'am, exercise 4.1, fourth one.
4.1. Okay, second
Second
question.
one, but fourth one.
Okay, fine. Fourth part. A train travels a distance of 480 kilometer at a uniform speed. Okay, if the speed had been 8 kilometer less, then it would have taken 3 more hours to cover the same distance. We need to find the speed of the train. So, which is not given, just assume it. So let the speed of the train is x. X, what is the unit of speed?
Ma'am, kilometer per hour.
Kilometer per hour, because in this question it is given in kilometers and hours. Okay. Now read the question again. A train travels a distance of 480 kilometer at a uniform speed. Like total distance covered by the train is? Total distance is given, which is 480 kilometers. All right. At a uniform speed. Okay. So if you know distance and you know speed, can you find the time? Time is equal to distance upon speed, isn't it, Rida?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because it is already given that it is uniform speed. So in your previous classes, you have also learned about uniform and non-uniform speed. So the whole distance is actually covered by the same speed. So you can simply do distance upon time here. Sorry, distance upon speed here. So find out, this is 480 kilometer and speed is x kilometer per hour, right? So this kilometer will be gone. It will be 1 upon x hours. Understood? That's the time. Now come back to the question. If the speed had been 8 kilometer per hour less, that means new speed is what? Earlier speed was x. Okay, new speed is x minus 8 kilometer per hour. X minus 8 kilometer per hour. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So new speed is this, because total distance is same, but speed has changed. So what is the new time? Or
480 by x minus 8.
yes, so 480 kilometers and divided by x minus 8 kilometer per hour. Again, kilometer gone. So you are getting 1 upon x minus 8 hours. Yes. Yes, Hamna, any problem so far?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so now then it would have taken 3 more hours to cover the same distance. So it is saying that if the train is traveling with this new, with this new speed, So earlier time was 1 upon x. Now it will take 3 extra hours, right? So basically, according to the question, this 1 upon x will be 1 upon x minus 8 plus 3. Getting it?
Yes.
Wait. What does it say? If the speed had been, it would have taken. That means time they are talking about. Oh, I have not written 480 here. You have also not noted this. 480, where it will go? It will remain here, yes? I'm wondering where it has gone. Yeah?
Yes.
Only kilometer will get cancelled out. 480 will remain here. Yep. Okay. So now actually according to question, what is saying is, so question is saying that if the speed had been 8 kilometers less, then it would have taken 3 hours more to cover the same distance. So earlier it was taken 480 upon x hours, right? I mean, this is the time taken. Now, this time taken will actually be equal to this. Mm, no, please form it. Help me out. Okay, read it again. If the speed had been 8 kilometer per hour less, okay, then it would have taken 3 hours more to cover the same distance. Yeah, okay, this time some extra time it is taking. This is, yes, Hamna, please help me out with this. Okay, let me call it A time and let me call it B time. Yeah, just to avoid confusion. Wait. So if the speed had been 8 kilometer per hour less, so that means B, this he is talking about now, this one. It would have taken 3 hours more to cover the same distance. Yeah, so he's saying that 480 divided by x minus 3, then it will take 3 extra hours, right? And this time will be equal to 480 divided by x. Now, is there any confusion? Yes, Hamna, any confusion now?
No, ma'am.
Please read the statement again. It's a bit confusing statement, but anyway, yes, Rida, any problem here? See, he's saying that if the speed had been 8 kilometer less, I mean, if he's talking with this new speed, it will take 3 extra hours, right? So earlier it was taking 480 by x time. This time it will take 3 extra hours. That's it. Now the equation is correct. Now you have to just simplify. Rest is all your calculation. You have to bring it into the standard form. Now, because you have fractions, so what will you do here? Take LCM, right? Okay, let us try to solve it. So this is 480 upon x minus 3. 480 divided by x minus 3, and then you have plus 3. This is equal to 480 divided by x. Is this correct? I have written. Okay, now take LCM. So LCM is x minus 3, right? So this is 480 and plus 3 into x minus of 3. This is 480 divided by x, correct? Now, okay, this is 480 plus, so 3x and minus 3 into 3 is 9. Any problem? Now you do cross multiplication. So this 480x plus 3x square minus 9 into x will be equal to 480 into x minus of 3. Any problem, Hamna? So 480x plus 3x square minus of 9x will be, so multiply this 480x and minus 3 into 480, 3 8 is 24, carry 2, 3 4 the 12, 14, 1440, right? Please check the calculation here. Now you can see 480x you have on both the sides, clear? It is gone. So you are left with 3x square minus of 9x, and you can bring this here. 1440 is equal to 0. Is this correct? Have I done this calculation correct? 3 into 0. 3 into 8 is how much? 24. 2. 3 into 4 is 12.
Ma'am, my notebook says x square minus 8x minus 1280.
Somewhere I have done a calculation mistake, I think.
Ma'am, it should be 480.
Okay. Yes, here is the mistake, right? It was x minus 8. Yes. Got it, Rida? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I took it x minus 3. Okay, this is wrong. Do it again. So LCM is x minus 8. So you get 480 and plus 3 into x minus 8. This is 480 divided by x. Okay. So 480 plus 3x minus 3 into 8 is 24. And divided by x minus 8. This is equal to 480 divided by x. Now you do cross multiplication. So the numerator will be multiplied by x. I'm doing it directly. So 480x plus 3x square minus 24x. This will be 480 into x minus of 8. Yeah. So 480x plus 3x square minus of 24x. And this side I'm getting 480x and minus 8 into 480. So please check it. 8 into 8 is 64, carry 6. Then 8 into 4 is how much? 32 and 6, 38, right? Is this correct, Hamna? 3840?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you can see 480x positive on both the sides. So ultimately it will be cancelled. So you are left with 3x square minus of 24x. And then you can bring this here. 3840 is equal to 0. Right. Now you can take a 3 common. Yes, Rida? And that 3 will go in the denominator. Right hand side, it will become 0. So taking 3 common, I'll get x square minus 8x plus, now divided by 3. So 3 into 1. 3 into 2 is 6. Then 24. That means 3 into 8. And yeah, it will be equal to 0. So which is the required equation? So Hamna, can you do exercise 4.1 now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you just have to form equations. That's it. Okay. Any other question, Rida, in this exercise? I think rest of them you should try now. Now exercise 4.2. So 4.2 basically talks about how to solve it. And solution of quadratic equation by factorization. There are actually two methods of solving. Solving a quadratic equation. Yes, the first method is called factorization, which you have already learned in polynomials, the splitting of the middle term. Remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so that is called the factorization method. And the second is by using the quadratic formula. Okay, so formula is, okay, we will see later. You have already seen it, but anyway. So come to the factorization method first of all. So it is actually called the splitting of the middle term. So few questions I'll take because I think you are familiar with this method. For example, exercise 4.2, first question. Let me take third part, right? Third part is under root 2x square plus 7x and plus 5 under root 2 is equal to 0. So how do we use it? We multiply the first and the last term. So 5 What is this? 5 under root 2 into under root 2. So root 2 will become 2. So 5 into 2 you will get 10, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have to split 10 into factors so that you get the middle term. So do prime factorization of 10. So 2 into 5 and 5 into 1. That's it. And 5 plus 2 will give you 7, isn't it? Yes, Rida?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you will write it like this: under root 2 x square plus 5x and plus 2x and plus 5 root 2. Fine. From first two terms, what can you take common? I think only x. So root 2x and plus 5. Now from here you can take common root 2. Yes, root 2 you can take common. So here you will be left with root 2x and plus 5 is equal to 0. So now this bracket is common in both the terms. You can take it common. And then you are left with x plus under root 2 is equal to 0. So you will write only root 2 is inside, plus 5 is equal to 0, and x plus under root 2 is equal to 0. Now, why do I write it? Because it's actually, one time I bring this term in the denominator, it will become 0. So x plus root 2 will be equal to 0. Understood? And second time I'll bring this term into the denominator, it will just vanish away and root 2x plus 5 will be 0. Is this understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's why we separately equate them to 0. So from here, what is your x? X is minus 5 divided by under root 2. And from here, your x is minus of under root 2. So these are the two roots of this equation. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So Rida, is there a problem in any particular question?
No, ma'am.
First part? Okay. Now come to the second question then. Again, word problems. Okay. Solve the following mathematics. So ultimately, you have to form a quadratic equation and then you have to solve it, right? So I'm skipping the second question, I think. Should I skip? Okay, we will see it later on if we will get time. Third question now. It's a good one. Find two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. Okay, so sum of the number is 27 and the product of the number is 182. Okay, so one number is x. Let one number is x. So what will be the other number?
27 minus x.
Very good. 27 minus x, right, Hamna?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now it is given that their product is 182. So if you multiply x into 27 minus x, you will get 182. So simple. It is a quadratic equation you can see. So 27x and minus of x square is equal to 182. So you can bring everything on the right hand side. You will get x square minus of 27x and plus 182 is equal to 0, right? Now you have to solve it. So do prime factorization of 182 quickly. So 2 into 9 and 1, then 91. Which table will it go? I think 13 into 3 is 91. No, 13 into 7. Yeah. 7 into 3 is 21. 2, yeah, 7. So 13 into 7 and then 7 into 1. So these are the factors, right? So I need 27. So which combinations I should take now? 7 into 2 is 14 and 14 and plus 13 is 27. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So that I can take 14 and 13 combination I can take. Yes, Rida? Okay. Now because minus, so both minus I have to take. Now please do it, both of you. Tell me what is the value of x. So it will be x square minus of 14x minus of 13x and plus 182 is equal to 0. Right. So from first two terms, only x common. So x minus 14. minus 13 I can take common. So x minus 14 is equal to 0. Because 182 is ultimately what? 13 into 14. You can see here, right? 7 into 2 is 14. So if I've taken 13 common, so I'm left with 14. Clear? Okay, so now x minus 14 common and x minus of 13 is equal to 0. So this will be x minus 14 is equal to 0 and x minus 13 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 14 and x is equal to 13. So you will write that hence the numbers are 13 and 14. Written, both of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fourth question now. Find two consecutive positive integers. What is the meaning of consecutive? Yes, Hamna, what is consecutive? Consecutive means just one after the other, right? So if I take number 5, so consecutive number, next consecutive number is 6. Clear? Yes, Rida?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I mean I don't have to skip any number. Consecutive means just the next one I have to take. So find two consecutive positive integers. So if let one integer is x, right? So what will be the other one?
X plus 1.
X plus 1, just the next one. So other integer is x plus 1, right? So these are the two integers, sum of whose square is 365. So that means x square and plus x plus 1 whole square is 365. That's it. So I'm not solving it. You will simplify this. First of all, you bring it into this form, ax square plus bx plus c form, and then you will do splitting of the middle term. Yes, Amna? I'm leaving it. So ultimately you will get the value of x. So the next number will actually be x plus 1. So you will add 1, you will get the next number. So Rida, any confusion so far?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fifth question. Hamna, are you here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now next, the altitude of a right triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. So assume that base is x. So I'm not writing properly, you can do it. So base is x centimeter. Clear? Altitude is 7 less than base. So what will be the altitude?
X minus 1.
X minus 7 centimeters. Clear hum now? 7 less than. Find the other two sides. Because it is given that it is in the right triangle. So that means it will obey Pythagoras theorem, right? Yes. So because it's a right angle right triangle. So by Pythagoras theorem, you can write. What is Pythagoras theorem? Who will tell me? Okay, if this is base, this is hypotenuse, and this is altitude A. So what is the relationship?
Ma'am, the square of altitude and the base is equal to the square. I mean,
Hypotenuse square, right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's what Pythagoras theorem is. So that means base square x square plus altitude means x minus 7 whole square will be equal to hypotenuse, and which is given. If the hypotenuse is 13 centimeters, so that means 13 whole square. Clear? So now you can do it. I'm not doing it. Okay. You will simplify it. You will do factorization method. You will find the value of x and altitude, which will be x minus 7. But I think there will be one problem here, because ultimately you are going to get two answers for x. Okay, let us solve it. a minus b whole square means a square plus b square and minus 2ab. That means 2 into 14. 2 into 7 is 14x, right? This is equal to 13 is 169. Okay. So 2x square and minus of 14x will be equal to plus 49 and minus of 169 is equal to 0. Am I correct? So this will give me 2x square minus of 14x, and this is minus, I'll get 9 minus 9 0, 6 minus 4 is 2, 120. Now you can see there's a 2 common in the whole equation, so I can take 2 common. Minus of 7x and minus of 60 is equal to 0. Now you do prime factorization of 60. So 2 into 3 and 2 into 15, then 3 into 5 and 5 into 1. Now you have to get 7. What combination should I take now? Quickly tell me. Who will tell me? 2 into 2 is 4. 4 into 3 is 12 and 5. Yeah, 12 and 5 will give you 7, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So x square minus of 12x and plus of 5x minus of 60 is equal to 0. Yes, Rida? Any problem?
No, ma'am.
Is this too fast?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now you take x common. So x minus of 12. Okay. Now plus, you can take 5 common. So x minus, again, 60 is actually 12 into 5, right? So if you are taking 5 common, you are left with 12. Okay. Now x minus of 12, then you are having x plus 5 is equal to 0. So you will get x is equal to 12 basically, and x is equal to minus of 5, right? So actually one value you have to discard here because you're talking about base and length cannot be in negative, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So we will actually write that minus 5 is rejected uh, as, length can never be negative or length cannot be negative. So one value you will reject, only 12 you will keep. So therefore, base is actually, 12 centimeter, which is actually equal to x is equal to 12, and altitude, you will get 12 minus of 7, right? Which will be 5 centimeter. So that's how you will do it. So in some questions, so please remember this thing when something about height is given or number of items are given. For example, in the next question, let's say it is given that a cottage industry produced a certain number of pottery articles in a day. Yes, Rida? So in this, he is talking about the number of articles. So if you are getting a negative value of x, so number of articles cannot be negative. Yes, Hamna?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
because I have not solved it, so if in case you are getting a negative value, so you will reject it because the number of items cannot be negative. So you will only take the positive one. So I'm leaving it. You will do it. Exercise 4.3. Let us see some questions now. Find the roots of the quadratic equation if they exist by the method of completing the square. Now, how will you know that the roots exist or do not exist? So you will actually check like this. If the equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. That's the general form. Yes, Rida? So here actually your discriminant becomes important. So you will find discriminant d, right? Which is under root b square minus 4ac. So that's why this term is special, getting it? Because it actually tells you whether the roots are possible or not possible. By looking at d only, you can tell that. Okay, now there are some conditions here. If your d is positive, okay, then the roots are possible. Then actually the roots are this: x is equal to what you say minus b plus minus d divided by 2a. Clear, Hamna? then the roots are this. And second, if your discriminant is coming out to be 0, then also roots are this only, minus b plus minus d by 2a, right? You will write d equal to 0. So what will you get? Minus b upon 2a. So you don't have to remember so many things. Just remember if d is positive or equal to 0, so the roots are this. Yes, Frida?
Yes, ma'am.
And here it's only you can put d is equal to 0. Now the third is in case you are getting a negative d. So what does it mean? That it has no real roots. So that's something you have to remember, that d should not be negative. That's it. Clear, Hamna?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So exercise 4.3, find the roots by factor. Sorry, this is 4.2. Now 4.3. Find the roots if they exist. So basically you have to first of all find d and you will check whether it is positive, it is 0 or it is negative. So first question, first part, you have 2x square minus of 7x plus 3 is equal to 0. So find out d. How much is d here? Is this in the general standard form? Yes, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. You have to use the method of completing the square here. Okay, so there's one more thing you have to see here. Method of completing the square. Sorry, before this, let's see one thing. Now, how do we do it? So we do it like this. Please see with the help of example only. You have this equation 2x. Okay, this is again one more thing, method of completing a square, right? Hamna?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this was remaining here. So 2x square minus of 7x and plus of 3 is equal to 0, right? So how we do it, we take the coefficients on the other side. So 2x square minus x is equal to minus of 3, right? Now we actually want to make the coefficient of x square 1. So we divide by 2 on both sides. So divide by 2 on both sides. So you will get x square minus 7 by 2x. And this side you will get minus of 3 by 2. Clear? Now there's a step here. What you will do is you will actually add the square of, so please remember the square of, what the square of? Half of coefficient of x. Understood? On both
Yes,
sides. Yes, Rita?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So coefficient of x is actually minus of 7 by 2. Its square will be how much? Sorry, its half will be how much? Minus of 7 by 4, right? And then you have to add its square. Understood? So this term you have to add. Getting it? So you will add x square minus of 7 by 2x and then plus. So half of coefficient of x square. So this you have to add both sides. So now you see, what does it become? It becomes left hand side, you see, if you compare it with this now, a square, right? B square in minus 2 into a into b. Can you see this? Just check it. If your, a is equal to 1 here, sorry, a is equal to x here, right? And b is minus of 7 by 4. So what is 2ab here? That means 2 into x into minus of 7 by 4. So this 2 will cancel it out and you will get minus of 7x, which is the middle term. Clear? Yes, Rida. So basically this has become x minus okay, x minus of 7 by 4. Oh, okay. You can do one thing here. Just a minute. You do its square first of all. I'm sorry. So this is x square minus of 7 by 2x and plus now minus 7, it is 49 by 16. Clear? Or you can do one thing, you can take this minus common and do its square. So actually this minus will go. That's all. Is this clear, Hamna?
Yes, ma'am.
So here also do its square. So you will get 49 divided by 16. Okay. Now you can compare it. So this is a square minus 2ab and plus b square. So this is actually x minus 7 by 4 whole square. Understood, Rida?
Yes, ma'am.
So on one side, you have actually completed the square. Now, whatever is there on the right hand side, just solve it. Take LCM. LCM of 2 and 16 is, I think, 16 only. Yes. So just check. So 2 into 8 and 8 into 3 is 24. So minus of 24 plus 49. So here you have x minus 7 by 4 whole square is equal to, this is 9 minus 4 is 5. 4 minus 25 by 16. Clear? So this can be written like this, x minus 7 by 4 whole square is equal to, so this is 5 divided by 4 whole square. Yes. Yes, Hamna.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if you take now square root on both the sides, so what will you get? X minus 7 by 4 will be equal to, so you will get plus minus of 5 by 4. Is this clear? Because when you take square root, for example, square root of 4, we generally write 2, right? Because 2 into 2 is 4, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But minus 2 into minus 2 is also 4. So square root is actually plus minus 2. Understood, Rida?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So one time we will take the plus 1 and one time we will take the minus 1. That will give me two values of x. So x minus 7 by 4 is equal to 5 by 4 and x minus 7 by 4, sorry, 7 by 4 is equal to minus of 5 by 4. Both you will solve separately, carefully. Again, take LCM. This is 4x minus 7 divided by 4 is equal to 5 by 4. So 4 cancel out. So 4x is equal to 5 plus 7 is how much? 12, and x is equal to 3, right? Now you solve this. So this is 4x minus 7 is equal to minus 5. 4 from the denominator will go away. 4x is equal to minus 5 plus 7. That means 2. X is equal to 2. So these are the two. Have I done it correct? No, not 2. Sorry, 1 by 2.
Yes, 1 by 2.
1 by 2. So understood how to do the method of completing of the square? Because I cannot solve all the questions. I've just told you the method. Now you will try on your own because Rida is having an exam. So Rida, you should do it. And Hamna, you also please practice some questions on this method. Just remember these steps, right?
Okay, ma'am.
This step I did because I want to make the coefficient of x squared to be 1. So if it is not 1, then you divide by that number on both the sides so that it becomes 1. Getting it? And after making it 1, so that's the step you have to do. So try to make a square on one side and this way you will solve. Find the roots of the quadratic equation by applying the quadratic formula. Second question. So Rida, quadratic formula you know now?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
one part again I'm doing, Hamna. Second question, let me do the third part. It's looking a bit. So equation is 4x square and plus 4 under root 3x and plus 3 is equal to 0, right? Now, what is the quadratic formula? I have also told it before. Quadratic formula will give you the values of x. Sorry, x is equal to minus b plus minus under root of d divided by 2a. Clear? Where d is equal to b square minus 4ac. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. The last time I told you I forgot to put the under root there, right? Discriminant is b square minus 4ac and then you have under root of d here. Please correct that. Okay, fine. So you separately find out d first of all so that your calculation becomes a bit simpler. That's why I'm doing it. So note down what is your a is 4, right? B is 4 under root 3 and your c is 3 in this equation. So your d will become 4 under root 3 whole square minus 4 into 4 into 3. So this is 4 into 4 is 16, right? And this is 16 into 3, it will become root 3 into root 3 minus 4, 4, 16, and again 16 into 3 I'm getting. It is coming out to be 0, yes? Same thing I'm getting. Yes, 16 into 3 minus 16 into 3 will give me 0, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it becomes a further simpler now. So x will be minus of b and the d is actually gone now, divided by 2a. So this is minus of 4 under root 3 divided by 2 into 4. So 4, 4 cancel out. This is minus 3 by 2. That's the value of x. Oh, sorry, minus. See, basically you will get two value. Now try to understand this thing. It is looking that you are getting only one value of x, right? Yes, Hamna? Please speak up, Rida.
Yes, ma'am.
Hamna, are you here? Okay, so Rida, it is apparently looking that you are getting only one value of x, right? So that's why I always ask to write complete thing. Because if you write it like this, minus b plus minus under root of d, right? Which is actually 0 this time, divided by 2a. Clear?
Yes.
So basically you are getting two roots here. One is minus b plus under root of 0 by 2a and the other minus b minus of under root of 0 by 2a. Clear? So one root will be minus of b means 4 root 3 and divided by and plus 0 obviously divided by 2 into 4, right? And the other is this minus of b, then minus of 4 root 3 and then minus of 0 and again divided by 2 into 4. So that's why you are getting this 4, 4 cancel out. So one root is minus of 3 by 2 and the other root is also minus of 3 by 2. So basically two roots are there. So if you simply write like this, you can make mistake. You will write only one value. Clear?
Okay.
Yeah, so like basically two values are there. Both are same in this case. If determinant is 0, both values are same. So please do the third question also, Rida. In this, nothing is there. See, ultimately you have to take the LCM because fractions are given. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So it will become simpler. Like for example, x minus 1 upon x. So first of all, you will take the LCM, which will be x, and then you will bring it to the standard form. So word problems, I hope you will do, because once you form the equation, then it becomes simple. Now, either you use quadratic formula, either you use splitting of the middle term, whatever, you have to find the answer, right? Okay, just give me 1 minute. Yes, Rida. So is there any other question, particular question, any doubt?
One second.
Because time is over, I can quickly take one question.
I have exercise 4.4 fifth one.
4.4 is also coming? Yeah.
Yes.
Just a minute. Where is 4.4? Okay, it is 4.4 is not coming, I think, Rida.
It is the entire chapter is coming.
Complete chapter is coming. Okay. So basically, first of all, it is actually about the nature of roots, right? Let me just quickly give an introduction. So 4.4, it's actually about nature of roots. For example, in linear equation, we see whether the lines are consistent, it is unique, it is parallel. So like that, we will say what about the roots, like are they equal, are they unequal, are they zero, or like that. So nature of roots, clear? So this is the given standard form, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So if the equation in this form and you are finding d, so there are three things again. First, if d is positive, so that means I told you roots are possible. So that means two unequal roots. Understood? Like different roots you will get. And second, if d is coming out 0, you will get two but equal roots, like we did in the last question also, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so roots will be two, but they will be equal. I mean, in both the cases, the roots are possible, right? And the third case, we see that if d is negative, that means no real root. So, sorry, no real roots. So just see whether equal and equal or unequal you have to see. If it is positive, then two different. It is zero, so equal roots. And then you have this, if if alpha and beta are the roots of the equation. If alpha and beta are the roots. You have already done this thing in the polynomial chapter, Rida. If alpha and beta are the roots, then the sum of the roots, which is alpha plus beta, is minus of b by a. You already know this. And the product of the roots is c by a. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. And one more thing, remember, if alpha and beta are the roots, so that means your equation ax square plus bx plus c can be written as x minus alpha and x minus of beta. Understood?
Yes.
I mean, they both are same things. So if you write, so ultimately, if you will do multiplication and everything, you will get this ax square plus bx plus c. So please be careful here. Like, for example, the roots, one is, let's say alpha is minus of 2 and beta is 3. So how will you write it? It will be x minus alpha. That means x minus of minus 2. So just be careful here. And then x minus of beta, that means 3. So ultimately it will be written like this, x plus 2 into x minus 3. Getting it?
Yes.
Yeah, so you have to be careful here. So it is for the positive alpha and beta, it will be like this. And again, the third thing, you have already learned this also, that if alpha and beta are the roots, right? And you know what is the sum of the root, what is the product of the root, then the quadratic equation can be written as like representation of quadratic equation. So it will be x square minus then alpha plus beta into x and plus alpha beta is equal to 0. That you already know, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then there is one more thing here, Rida. So this much is easy. You know this. Then again, one thing is there. If the given equation is this, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, right? Now here, a, b, c are what? They are real numbers, right? Sometimes in MCQ, it is asked that a, b, c are what? Prime numbers, real numbers, irrational numbers, rational numbers, like that. Understood? Okay, so ABC are real. So that means they can be rational also, they can be irrational also. Getting it?
Yes.
So first thing, if your A, B, and C are rational, right? And your D is perfect square, then roots are also rational. Second, if again A, B, C, they are rational, right? And your D is greater than 0, positive, and it's not a perfect square, obviously, right? So perfect square means this condition, and if it's not a perfect square, the opposite one, then the roots are conjugate irrational. Conjugate means, for example, if one root is like this, 2 plus root 3, right? Then the other root will be 2 minus of root 3. They are called conjugate of each other. Getting it? Yes, Rita?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this much, I think enough for this exercise. Yeah, which question you were saying, Rita? 4.4?
Fifth one.
First one. Okay.
Fifth one.
Sorry, sixth.
No, fifth.
Fifth. Okay. Is it possible to design a rectangular park of perimeter 80 meter and area this? If so, find the length and breadth. If I assume that, let the length is x, okay, and breadth is, sorry, breadth is, because there's no relationship given between length